Article 1 of the Constitution calls for a census every 10 years, so that the representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states according to their respective numbers. But why do our congressional districts look like this? Contorted, misshapen, connecting far-flung communities by long, narrow strands. Our lawmakers drew those districts, and they drew them for a reason. What is gerrymandering? Gerrymandering is the drawing of electoral district boundaries in such a way as to give one party or one race a greater political advantage. And our electoral process might be the greatest show on earth, if not for the many ways that gerrymandering corrupts our democracy. There's packing, which concentrates many voters of one party into just a few districts to reduce their influence. Cracking spreads voters of one party among many districts to deny them a majority in their districts. Hijacking draws two incumbents together so that they compete for the same seat. And kidnapping moves incumbent lawmakers away from their base of voters and donors. And the rise of big data and sophisticated mapping software have resulted in a decade of extreme partisan gerrymandering. Take the evolution of Pennsylvania's 7th Congressional District just outside Philadelphia. For at least 50 years, Pennsylvania 7 was a compact district of a few neighboring communities, until the 21st century, when it became a grotesque cartoon. In the last generation, we've witnessed a decline in the number of close races in state legislatures, and in the U.S. House of Representatives, as the number of swing districts have shrunk, Congress has seen its number of safe seats swell past 400. And we've seen that gerrymandering leads to bad government. Gerrymandering is a form of election rigging that allows lawmakers to choose their voters. It favors incumbents and party doctrine over the will of the people and the agency of their elected representatives. It denies voters access to representative democracy and kills the value of their vote. On the other hand, a fair redistricting process leads to good government and citizen engagement. It makes lawmakers more responsive to citizens' concerns and increases voter turnout, because fairly drawn districts is not a liberal cause or a conservative cause. And the only way to reform this process is for citizens to become actively engaged, to educate themselves about gerrymandering and demand change from their lawmakers. And already, in states all across the country, citizens are working to reform the process through their state legislatures and the ballot initiative. And even here in Texas, many groups, including Independent Texas Redistricting, are working to inform Texans about gerrymandering and what we can do to end the practice.
There's a yellow rose in Texas I'm going there to see. No other fella knows her, nobody, only me. She cried so when I left her, it like to broke my heart. And if we ever meet again, we never more shall part. She's the sweetest rose of color a cowboy ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You may talk about your dearest maids and sing of Rosalie, but the yellow rose of Texas beats the bells of Tennessee.